I am your host, Ginger Creek, and I'm joined by my co host, the AI generated infidel that is Zam. And speaking of infidels, we just did a trailer reaction to Run, Hide, Fight Infidels. Keep an eye out for that. That'll be on the channel later. And with that being said, it's a bit of a random stream. It just kind of put together because we did a trailer reaction. I thought, I'm in the mood, so let's do a rule by sociopath. I don't have anything in particular I'm going to talk about, but we could talk about whatever. I am actually going to start off not with politics, but with Spider-Man. Now, me and Zam, we went and watched Spider-Man a week ago, over a week ago now. And when did
Thursday
that?
last week, yeah.
Yeah, Thursday last week, and we had a good time. It wasn't the best Spider-Man out of the new crop. In fact, it's probably the worst of the new crop, but that's not really like that's like saying,
Well,
oh,
that's your opinion. That's not mine. I
that's
enjoyed it.
my opinion, and
Yeah,
it's like a Lamborghini is say slightly better than a Ferrari kind of thing, that in that sense. I really like the film. There's, you can nitpick all you like, but what the core that they got right was essentially they got Peter Parker right. Never mind Spider Man, they got Peter Parker right. And that was the most important thing. But yeah, it wasn't my favorite of the bunch, but it's been a solid saga of Spider Man films. It's quite literally, they're the best thing in the MCU for me going. So, but that's me. Zam, your thoughts?
yeah. It's incredible that post Endgame, we've had 3 Spider-Man movies. It's incredible. And they're pretty much the best thing to come out post Endgame when it comes to Marvel movies. And Sony must be loving it because they own the Spider-Man franchise. Considering everything else they've done Spider-Man related has been bollocks. I had a lot of fun with this movie when we watched it. It's great. You're absolutely right. In the post
Spoilers,
you
by the
put,
way. Spoilers. We are
yeah,
going to
no,
talk spoilers. Sorry, Zam.
you're absolutely right regarding a post you put on social media that Tom Holland should now be asking for that Robert Downey Jr. level of money when it comes to being Spider-Man in anything, whether he's just doing a cameo in another film, whether he's part of the Avengers or he's doing his own movie. He needs to be asking for top dollar now because honestly, the MCU is so reliant on Spider-Man right now more than anything. He's the thing that's keeping a spotlight on it. He's the best thing about it, and nothing else in the MCU, and that includes things like Thor, unfortunately. Captain America, even though I stick with Sam Wilson, he hasn't come out as well, and we haven't got anything Iron Man related regarding Armor Wars or Rhodey or anything like that. So yeah, it is Spider-Man pretty much. Everything else, Guardians, when the hell they're coming back? We fuck knows. With the new Guardians, that is like it is Spider-Man and all the others. You know, other stuff, Marvels and Shang-Chi and all this shit. They just haven't. They failed to deliver.
Yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, absolutely. Like I said in the post, that Tom Holland is definitely in a position now where he can demand Robert Downey Jr. money, and that is not hyperbole. Um, those 4 films have grossed a disgusting amount of money. I mean, Spider-Man: Brand New Day is on course to hit close to 2 billion. It hit 1 billion in less than a week. It's crazy money. It shows you that you know, with all things considered, obviously it's the start of the summer holidays. Well, it's the start of the summer holidays here in the UK. It's not the start of the summer holidays for the Americans. They're well into it, but it's the summer holidays. It's Spider Man. People are starved, it seems, for good films because there's not really been that many good films, and so this just had all the right recipes, and it deserves the money. Like I said, it's a really good film. And when I say it's my least favorite, it's like literally like you're splitting like minuscule hairs. What I do like, in fact, is that, and again, spoilers, Jean Grey is in the film, and what a great introduction. You can argue semantics about, well, she fucking walks a guy in front of a car and gets hit by a bus or whatever, and throws a person off a building. That's not your sister's been murdered. You're an erratic mutant on a rampage to get answers. Yeah, you're gonna do shitty things. That's just life. Hello, Rick B. Welcome to the stream. Have you seen Spider-Man?
He's drunk and he's stoned. So, well, mate, if you're sober, that would be the shocking thing.
Because I am. We're talking Spider-Man at the moment, and we're talking spoilers. So be warned. But yeah, with that being said, I was very happy with that. Very happy that we got, we're getting the X-Men in, and we've just seen the casting for Cyclops as well. Great casting, another young actor, which is great. But we've also had, Samara Weaving cast as Emma Frost. Now, Samara Weaving is 35. She's amazing. She is the great choice, don't get me wrong. But it's a bit
Not long term.
conflicting when you've got, not long term, you know what I mean? So
you got to just put some more like up and coming unknowns as well in these roles. People in the early 20s who's got talent. That's what casting is for. Yeah, by the way, regarding Zendaya, just a tangent a little bit. There's rumors that they're going to do a Jason Bourne reboot, and Zendaya is going to be playing Bourne. But they're going to just change the sexes of it instead of having it. It'll be more like a Femme Nikita type thing,
Why we got that with Zoe Saldana's Colombiana film, which was crap, but still. Listen,
but the point is that they think she's bankable because she's a bankable star. I mean, she's bankable.
Listen,
she's in good stuff. She's in a lot of good films.
She is great, but I wouldn't relegate her to just being in these kind of films because I think Zendaya transcends this kind of stuff. She does really good, more like artsy kind of stuff. Of course, there's Euphoria, which, by the way, check the fucking hard drive of that bloody guy that created that show. That's just, from everything I've read about it, it's just pure perversion. But she does a lot of more niche kind of stuff, and I like.
But you're an actor. You're an actor. It's good to delve into everything, including action movies or whatever. And I know she's to a degree. She's in that in Spider-Man, but she's the damsel in distress, isn't she? She wants.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So in this case, she's going to be the ass kicker, and I look at her as is it Zoe Saldana? She could be like the new Zoe Saldana, so to speak.
Well, they missed a treat with hang on, let me get her up. They missed a treat with Katie O'Brien. I find who could have been an amazing action star, who is just a really hot, muscly bird. Let me get a picture of her.
I love hot, muscly women.
Yeah, that's why we.
I love muscles on women, mate. I love it.
I love. I've got no issues with it whatsoever, mate.
Yeah.
It's lovely. So,
she's I've seen her in a few things.
Yeah. So I mean, that film Love Lies Bleeding.
I'm gutted she swings the other way. I'm really gutted about that.
Oh well, you think you missed your chances with her?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Zam. But yeah, I think they miss a treat with her. They could have capitalized on her. She could have been what. I mean, they could have recast her in Thingy's role as well, even though she's a bit shorter than.
She's in Mandalorian and stuff.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, what what's her name? Gina Carano, or whatever her name is.
Gina Carano.
They could have recast her in that role.
But she's already in the Mandalorian, so it's a bit hard now. I mean,
she's in the Mandalorian. Was she in the Mandalorian?
She played an Imperial officer.
That wasn't the Mandalorian. That was in Ahsoka.
No, but she's in Star Wars universe.
Oh yeah. Oh, what a waste.
So, and she's in that same universe as she's in that Mandalorian timeline.
Yeah, you're right. Damn it. Oh well. That's a shame.
I haven't seen the drama. I want to watch the drama, by the way. Robert Pattinson's so fucking hot right now as well as an actor. He's done so many. Like he's playing Chris Hansen. Do you know that? You
Oh, is
know,
he?
yeah, they're doing
Gina Carano is yes, very, very. You know what I
no,
mean?
they're doing a movie based on the Catch the Predator thing, and he's playing Chris Hansen. It's like what the fuck? And apparently, what this movie might be suggesting in the trailer is that some of the predators were not real predators; they were just staged. Some of them, like they were
Oh,
just
that wouldn't surprise me. You know, Americans phony TV, whether it was Chris Hansen or whether it was the producers of that show. The drama is a film I love. I love independent cinema. I haven't watched the drama, but do watch Love Lies Bleeding, Sam. If you want to watch a drama, it's brilliant, and it's got Kirsten
okay.
Stewart in it. I absolutely love Kirsten Stewart. She's brilliant, absolutely brilliant in anything that.
Okay.
Well, not in anything that she's in, obviously, but you know, post Twilight, she's been brilliant, underrated. Does not deserve any of the hate she gets. But anyway, Zendaya as the newborn, I don't buy it, man. She's just, you know, no offense to her body type, but she's a twig. You know, it's a bit.
Yeah, but so's what's her face?
Yeah, Zaldana as well. She was a twig, but
Gal Gadot was a twig, but I thought she was a decent Wonder Woman.
yeah, it's
You know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah, Kirsten Stewart is very hot, very hot. I'm an absolute sucker for doe eyes. Doe eyes, just I'm done. That's it. Just don't ask for my credit card because I'm done, but I'm not. I'm a cheapskate as well. So call me crazy, but Gina looked so much better before the weight loss. Her MMA fight, I barely recognize her. Um, she's just hot, big, hot, slim. She's just hot. Like Gina Carano is just hot. She's fucked in the head, but I don't care. You know what I mean? You know, I still would have like brought her back just because. Fuck it. You know what I mean? The
You know who was
diet.
also back, by the way. Ali G.
Yeah, don't give a shit about that guy. Fucking Zionist prick.
Yeah, he's back. I think they're making. I think Sacha Baron Cohen. This is the thing. When you are desperate for a hit, you go back to the well, don't you? And what bigger well is there than Ali G?
I don't know. I don't. It's not that he's desperate for a hit because he's doing all right, but it depends on what country he got a divorce in. Because if he got a divorce in America, this motherfucker is going to be doing a whole load of shit now until the day he dies to pay that fucking alimony. But yeah. But then again, what did he have? He had Balls Up, which was awful. Ladies First, which was awful. Ironheart, well, that was just one episode. Disclaimer, don't know that one. Luca.
Yeah, Mephisto, didn't he? And
Oh, yes, he did.
well,
He played Mephisto
which is a bit
in
weird.
Ironheart, yes. That's right. Oh, yeah, fucking hell, my brain just went blank as to what Ironheart actually was for a second then. But yeah, what's he got? So he's still got. So he's got Ali G coming up, Super Toys, Mandrake the Magician. Oh my god, is he playing Mandrake the Magician?
This is what I found on Instagram. Check it out.
My name be Ali G representing the west side of Staines upon Thames, innit? I is back with my first movie in over 20 decades. It's coming out in the cinemas on the 10th day of the 23rd month, innit? The name of this film has been spray painted illegally on this wall by a genuine graffiti artist. It's only in the movie theaters later this year, so check it out. West Side. Booyakasha!
You know, he still looks the same after 20 years or 20 decades.
If you see the shape of him now, he's in great shape as well. Like that guy got divorced, was like, yep, fuck it, I'm just gonna get all muscly and start shagging 20-year-olds now. But yeah, it's just a shape. When I say he's a Zionist, I don't just mean he's pro-Israel. He's in bed with Mossad, like literally in fucking bed with Mossad. The guy is like hardcore, So I have no fucking interest in anything that he does. It's a shame because I always rated him, but it's just an unacceptable position now to be in. It's as simple as that.
So I want to bring up something.
Yeah, bring it.
Abdul El Sayed, motherfucker. This guy is now the Democratic representative of Michigan when it comes to running for Senate. And unlike Mamdani, Sayed was born in America, which possibly means if he becomes a successful politician, this motherfucker could run for president.
Yep. That was I'm like I was watching that. I woke up the next day and saw the election results, and I was like, bloody hell, that was really fucking close. Like after the final
1%,
count,
yeah.
down to like 1%. But I always say to people, never trust the polling, because the polling will always is not indicative of reality. Often, a lot of times they get it right, but with things like this, and the reason why I said don't trust the polling in this race, because I was saying it's going to win by 10, 12 points. The dark money that was pumped into this campaign, and the guy, he was outspent by 10-1 or 9-1, and
17 million was spent on Haley Stevenson's campaign.
That's just a primary. That's just a primary, the most expensive primary in US history. This is how much the Zionists are scared of having basically anti-Zionists take power, because they know that if they get into power, it's over for Israel. It's game over. They'll get no weapons, no support, no nothing, and the enemies could just turn their guns on them. And now, the world is just a weird place, because like Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and two other countries have signed a defense pact as well. Which just baffles me, because Saudi Arabia just got greenlit by America to build a nuke. So it's just
yeah. Well, you give something to Donald Trump, and then he'll give you the opportunity to fucking do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, but sorry, you can go back to Abdul Said, mate, before I go off on a tangent.
No, I'm just happy that you can see a sea change in American politics to a degree. First, Mamdani, and by the way, Mamdani's aftermath of all the people he endorsed when it came to their local elections, all of them won. For Mamdani. Now, not every progressive Democrat won when it came to being the Democratic representative for the midterms, but nevertheless, I think one of the most recognizable ones, the one who made the most headlines, the one now who won't necessarily need a £70 million donation to make a name for himself, because he's made a name for himself, is Abdul El Sayed. Him being a Muslim and all of that, and you can see all the rhetoric coming out from everyone. It's crazy how these motherfuckers will cry anti-Semitism till the cows come home, but will at the same time be extremely anti-Islamic, Islamophobic, beyond belief when it comes to any Muslim representative, whether it be current ones like Ilhan Omar or more recent ones like Mamdani and Saeed. They don't give a shit. Them being Muslim is a slur in itself as far as they're concerned. I do feel that this could be the beginning of the end for Israel, which is why they are accelerating so many things. They're trying to merge the American military with theirs. Obviously, the same with Iran as well is a big deal, because if they can be the superpower of the Middle East, they would want that. And then you got all the other cuck nations like Jordan to a degree, but definitely Saudi Arabia.
No, Jordan for sure. Jordan is a puppet. They're a puppet state, same as Egypt.
They get money from the Americans.
Yeah.
But all these countries that should be, totally against the Zionist state of Israel, they're cucks, man, total cucks. So I give Iran some credit, because even though they are far from perfect, with the way they operate. They're the ones who are basically, putting a stunt to a lot of America's bullshit. When it came to the Strait of Hormuz was something that never needed to be closed in the first place, but now Iran realizes, we can own this shit, and they are. And they're putting a hindrance now to everything America wants to do, including what Israel wants to do, like maybe charging to Lebanon and Syria and stuff like that. So, but that's right. I'm tangenting beyond belief regarding Abdul El Sayed.
It's all connected, though. But
no, it is all connected. But just what I like about this guy is that he and America just generally finally figured out that we need to stop fucking giving our money to Israel. I tell them, like, you guys don't have universal healthcare, but your tax money pay for the universal healthcare of Israel. Like, how fucked up is that? That's beyond fucked up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, the anti-Israel kind of stance is gaining popularity even among evangelicals, like Republican voters, and you because as time has gone on, everything materially has gotten so much worse in America. Like, it's accelerated towards like complete collapse there for the general population. And so when they're sitting there going, what the fuck is this Hesketh prick asking for? 750 billion for more bombs when I can't afford my rent. And so Israel's becoming a poison chalice. And the only way you can protect that is by going full-blown fascism. We've seen it here in the UK. We've seen it in other countries as well. The only way to protect the Zionist cause is to basically destroy freedom in other countries that bore resentment. We saw what happened last week, the coordinated effort to kind of undermine Pedro Sanchez in Spain, where the literal Moroccan government and military bust in a load of refugees to storm Ceuta. And, that way that they can create this like narrative of a refugee crisis in Spain. And right-wingers, like, they're such bullshitters, they're such lies, they're such arseholes and sociopaths that they were trying to make it out that this happened in Spain. Well, it's like, yes, it did, but in a territory that they colonized in Africa, right next to Morocco. And but the way the narrative of the media was like, look at this invasion into Spain of all these refugees, and it's like 24 hours later, every single one of them returned home. And they're all just
because they wonder, what the fuck are we doing here? Why have you sent us here? There's nothing. Yeah.
They bust them in. There was nothing then. They all left. They went back home. They were just sitting there like on camera with Sky News going, oh, Morocco, woo, number one, all this kind of crap. And it's just like, how transparent do you have to be that this is all a coordinated effort by the United States and mostly Israel to undermine governments that are anti-Israeli? Like, if you don't get this by now, you're a fucking idiot. But that is a default position for right-wingers anyway. They are fucking idiots. But they can never just keep putting two and two together. Like, you would look here in the UK and they're like, Clacton's still going to vote for Farage. And I'm like, your life will be a lot better if you did actually vote for milquetoast centrist bin face over Farage. And it's just like, And then at the same time, Kemi Badenoch is gaining popularity. I'm like, have you forgotten the 14 years of hell the Tories
they have forgotten. They have forgotten because this is why Farage is powerful in the first place. When Brexit happened, Boris Johnson wasn't our prime minister at the time, but what was his punishment? To become our prime minister. So people do forget. They got short memories. It's better the devil they know for these motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
It is. It's just lazy, unintellectual idiocy in this country, and it's just there's no excuse for it. Like, how the fuck they're like, oh yeah, I like this Badenoch. She really just speaks the truth. I'm like, what are her policies? What are her fucking policies? I'm like, Burnham comes in, then all of a sudden, yeah, okay, we don't need the Greens. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He is an ultra Zionist. He's filled up his cabinet with more Zionists. He's literally put people in the fucking law aspects of the government that are Zionists from Israel.
He had basically just shuffled the deck with Keir
That's all he
Starmer's
did.
cabinet, because so
Yeah.
many of those people are still part of Keir Starmer's cabinet. They're just doing different things. You know, one's in this role now, and the other one's in that role now, and that's basically it. He hasn't changed shit. You
He
know,
ain't changed shit.
but you know, you will find him in your local boozer, you know, having a pint or two with the fucking
Yeah.
general public, because he's the man of the people.
Then you find, well, you know, he's sprinkling in, like, I'm not gonna, you know, deny on one good thing that he's looking to do is to open up mental health units within the NHS, because we are in a mental health crisis. But hey, Burnham, if you're not fixing all the other stuff, guess what? That mental health crisis centers, they're going to get overwhelmed. I mean, they're going to get overwhelmed anyway, but they're going to get even more overwhelmed now because you're not going to fix things. What happened in Lambeth? They denied and they overwrote the decision to stop a data center from being built there. Okay, they overturned that decision and have greenlit that data center. And what were they going to build there? They were going to build 120 council houses, and they said you're only going to get 6. So the housing crisis continues. Angela Rayner said they're not going to do rent controls. Hey, I told you, you have 18 months and then you're fucked. And then after that, we have a general election. In the general election, we're going to end up with a hung parliament. And you're going to go, and the centrists are not in any way, shape, or form going to go cap in hand to the bloody Greens. They're going to side with like Reform or something like that. And the country's going to be beyond fucked. We cannot do this. Like, the good thing is the Greens are still winning by-elections. They're winning like council by-elections. They just won the other day down in like Surrey against a former Conservative council. So that's good that they're still doing that. And Zach Polanski did a shrewd move by going in the press and saying we need to basically tax the profits of the oil companies, which is the right thing to do. But the good thing is the knee-jerk reaction from the media. They couldn't attack him the way that they wanted to because we're in a fucking drought. My borough has had 4 wildfires already.
Really? Holy shit.
We've had 4 wildfires, and it's you can literally hear, like, you can smell it, and you can hear the firefighters all night. It was absolute chaos. This was all last week. 2 of them were last week, and then another 2 that we've had like over like July and July, and it's just and so they can't attack him the way they want to. They want to because he's like, oh, you're going to tax the billionaires? How dare you? But people are siding with him. They're agreeing with Zach Polanski. So it's a very shrewd move to put yourself back in the limelight, especially after fucking dickhead Farage comes in with, we're going to put the military boats out in the middle of the channel to stop the boats. And I'm like, we don't have any military boats. We have one, and we sent that to Iran, and it broke down.
It's fucking depleted, by the way. We don't have.
We don't have.
We're not America, you know. Like, we don't have fucking soldiers coming out of our arsehole. You know, like, there's only so much they can do, and like, they're doing all of this as an optic because, you know, it seems really good. But these are refugees looking for a place to live, you know, looking for asylum. What do you think our military is going to do? Just go there and fucking run and gun them? No, like, they can't do that. But they're trying to give this mindset that that's what's going to happen when that's not necessarily the case.
Well, they want to say that, oh, we're just going to return them to France, and then you're just like, well, you have to put in an agreement with France. France can say, so let me get this right. You're going to return refugees with your military and set foot on our soil without our permission. That's literally an act of war. And the last time I checked, the French military is a lot better than our military, and they actually have warships. We don't. Yeah, it's like, you know, so the good thing is that kind of limelight was taken away after Zach Polanski's tax the billionaire stuff, because nothing shits people up more than just saying tax the billionaires. Nobody will play the victim quicker than a rich person.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people need to understand, like, the cost of living crisis is so bad in the UK that within a decade we won't have a middle class. The middle class will be gone because the middle class can't even afford now to get on the property ladder, especially here in London. And so you're just not going to have a middle class. You're going to have serfs and lords. And that's all we're going to end up with. So, hey, if you want to sit there and think fucking Andy Burnham is a data center and carry on drilling up north, it's going to change your life, then I got bad news for you, sweetheart. You know, but hey, as long as we support Israel, who gives a shit about Western democracy? We only have soldiers coming out our assholes because minimum wage is $8. Yeah, and you've had
Yeah.
you've had a
Because
spike. You've had a spike in recruitment because the situation in America is so bad that people are joining the military to get away from the dire things. But that's by design. But you don't have any ammunition anymore. You've run out of it.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, when you think of the American military, you think of a military that has a bottomless pit of fucking everything. But we realize that there is a fucking end to that bottomless pit because because the fucking war in Iran is fucking depleting so many of your resources. It's incredible. But only Trump could do that. By the way, only Trump could make deplete the American military.
Well,
that guy, man, he can bankrupt the fucking American military. That's Donald Trump.
Yeah, small pushback on that because Obama dropped so many bombs during his presidency that they also ran out of bombs. Especially when they bombed the shit out of Syria and Afghanistan, they ran out of fucking bombs. They literally ran out of bombs, so they had to stop. And so here we are again now. Trump also running out of bombs, and more so now because he keeps having to supply Ukraine and Israel, and he stopped supplying Ukraine now.
No, but there is a subtle difference. Like this is a back and forth we've got going on with Iran. You know, like
yeah. This is a war, so
this is actual war. Like like what Obama was doing was more what America's been doing forever when it comes to a smaller nation, just bomb them to an oblivion to a degree, and then put in a puppet. But Iran's a totally different kettle of fish because they're fighting back, and they've got and they've got the strength of a moose as well. So,
and they have a very well structured form of leadership as well, and in the military, which doesn't bode well for the population of Iran, unfortunately, but in terms of keeping imperial powers at bay, it bodes very well, and it's working very, very well. This is why they thought, oh, if we take out Ayatollah Khamenei, that'll be it. But no, they just got the son instead, and they just the leadership is so structured that you take one out, and then another person just replaces them straight away, and it's just we're still. And what annoys me is the Western governments. None of them are talking against it. None of them are just like Trump's like, I'm going to tariff you, and they're like, okay, well, we're just going to fucking sanction you. Then we're done. We're here. We're going to put in like if it was me, this is what I'm doing. I'm taking my MPs because Labour have a majority. I'm taking my MPs and I'm voting in a decree to say not a single US owned company is allowed to function in the UK. That would mean taking back our confectionery, our food, our beverages, taking back all our fucking tech companies that we've sold to the Americans, taking everything back, even our bloody oil, even our bloody utilities and all of that, and say under no circumstances are American companies allowed to trade here. Sure, we take a massive hit trading with the United States, but we sign new trade deals with other countries all the bloody time. And that's how you do it. You just say, okay, fine, fuck it. We'll take a hit, but screw you. We're not gonna be your bitch anymore. And it's just, but no. Instead, they're just like, yeah, America, do what you want. Yeah, that's fine. We can't stop you. We're powerless. We once ruled the core of the globe, but now we're your bitch. We're a vassal state. Whatever you want.
Well, we've been America's bitch for as long as I can remember, to tell you the truth. Since Thatcherism. We've always been America's bitch. Hi, let's play together. My Discord username. No, you can play with you can play with these nuts, baby.
Yeah. My mouth.
Play with these nuts. I remember being in DC when Clinton was in office and seeing the debt tracker zeroed.
Yes, it's right. He balanced the deficit to zero, but Republicans don't do that. They always talk about the deficit, but they're the ones that quadruple the fucking thing every bloody time. Your national debt grows by 1.3 billion per day. The national debt only becomes an issue when the entire world just stops trading in the dollar, which is happening sooner rather than later. But the second the world stops trading in the dollar, you're fucked, because you've got no bonds to fall back in. The bond market will collapse, and that's when the shit really hits the fan. But yeah, they don't care about the national debt. They literally just keep propping themselves up. The circle jerking around with the stock market. And most of these wars, by the way, are literally just because of shit like Polymarket and all this kind of stuff where you can bet massively on things failing and things happening and all of that. And then you just enrich yourself. Like, we're literally fucking up the world for bets.
They did this thing. Was it? I don't know if it was Polymarket who did it, but they were betting on things. They had to stop this particular bet because you could bet on the next wildfire.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
which is really stupid because people were making bets and then starting wildfires. It's like
color me surprised. Fucking hell.
Absolutely genius, but
yeah,
exactly. Color me surprised too, as well.
Yeah, that's where we are in the world now. We're destroying the entire world because of betting markets.
And data centers.
No, they're not betting. It's not gambling. It's something else. I'm like, the house always wins regardless, and it is betting. You're literally betting. What else are you doing? Especially for sports betting. And it's just going to ruin shit. And speaking of sports betting as well, Infantino, I can't believe this fucker is still in his job. This
power corrupts, mate. Absolute power corrupts.
Yeah, he's so corrupt, and the corruption is so blatant. I mean, it's always been blatant with FIFA, but this guy just took it to a whole other level. And he's like, UEFA are right to say that, well, if he stays, we're still gonna pull out of your tournaments because it's unacceptable that he stays. It's just ridiculous. Somebody call eyes foreigners on my screen. Hello. Nerd averse. Yes, that's right. We have invaded your screen. Next, we're going to take your women's.
I'm a foreigner in my own country. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of foreigners in your own country, did you see the Rupert Lowe interview?
Yes, I did. That was glorious. Let me please talk about this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Rupert Lowe. Yeah, went full reform, even though he's the leader of Restore, because Rupert Lowe has basically said that you're only white if both your parents were born in this country. And this is something that he's mentioned. So a journalist who was interviewing him said, well, is the King of England white? Because the King of England, if you don't know, dad is a fucking Greek. Yeah, so he wasn't. So that AKA means his dad wasn't born in this country. His dad was born in Greece. Is his dad a white British national? So is the King of England, King Charles, a white British national? And you could see the way Rupert Lowe had to fucking dance around that. You know what I mean? Because he knew he stepped in shit and he tried to deflect, tried to change the subject, and it was fucking glorious. Because he couldn't stand by his comments when it came to the fucking king of this fucking country. Is that what you're talking about?
That's exactly it, Sam. You hit the nail on the head, baby. Thank you very much. That was perfect.
Thank you very much. Oh, glorious. I might have a clip of it in TikTok treasures, hopefully.
Excellent. If not, we'll find it. It's not hard to find. Yeah. So essentially, again, you see how racists just go on vibes with no logic, no thinking at all, and you do a blanket statement of you can only call yourself white British if your parents are born here. So by that logic, my nephews are actually classified as white British nationals and they can stay here because my brother and my sister-in-law were both born in this country, even though they're both Greek. That's the logic, right? That's what he's saying. Okay, that's how that works. I can't because both my parents weren't born here, but
Get the fuck out of it. Get back on your boat, you
I'm on my
motherfucker.
boat. I'm going.
Yeah.
But you understand how stupid these people are, you know. And also, I want to emphasize this: Prince Philip is not Greek. Okay, he was born in Greece, but he's Danish. And
The plot thickens.
yeah, my own like. So you have to understand with the Greek when Greece was the kingdom of Greece, it became the kingdom of Greece because of the British. And other European powers said you cannot be allowed to function as a government unless you have a royal family. Here, take these Germans and Danes, and that's what we ended up with.
Yeah, he's not a Greek ethnic. He's a Greek national.
He's a Greek national. Yeah, he was born in Greece. We'd consider him a Greek national, but not an ethnic Greek, and all of that. But I keep people, you know, it's shocking. People don't know this. The amount of people that I'm like, how the fuck do you think Prince? I said, who's Prince Philip's parents? He goes, I don't know. I said, well, go have a look. They're bloody Danish and German. Like, he's not like an ethnic Greek, but I digress. But that, you know, again, the point is that Rupert Lowe thing was beautiful, and you know, that's what you do with it. And then Richard Tice afterwards, he's on Talk TV, and they just completely took the piss out of Rupert Lowe, which was funny to see.
It must have made them fucking happy for them. Usually they get the piss taken out of them, but they're still birds of a feather, regardless.
Oh yeah,
you know. And you know, all the fucking Zeke Heil brigades and white nationals and all the people who fucking hate foreigners but love kebabs and curry. You know, these motherfuckers, they would have seen that, and out of spite, they would still fucking vote for fucking Rupert Lowe. You know what I mean?
They just hear the American buzzwords of DEI, remigration, and woke, and that's enough for them to vote. But again, same argument I had with the guy in Edmonton last week.
That is, by the way, I want to say that Edmonton is the biggest shithole of North London, without a doubt.
Literally.
But
I love it.
I don't drive there often as a cabbie. I've only been there, I've only been there a couple of times and never really during the day. But one time I went there during the day, and I really thought, it's called Edmonton. It sounds like a nice area. It's like Tower Hamlets. It sounds like a lovely area, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But, we're far from it. You go in there and it is shithole personified. This is the sort of area that makes people want to fucking vote for reform. You know what I mean? It's fucking it's fucking awful. I fucking hate it. I can't believe it's North London. A place that shit shouldn't be fucking North London. It's unreal.
Mate, Edmonton, I love Edmonton though. It might be a shithole, but it's full of character. And obviously, because of the job that I do, I'm always there all the time. And I love it. I have a great time there. But it's a very bad area. It's very low socioeconomically. It was my borough, especially the east side of my borough, became a massive dumping ground for the rest of London as they gentrified due to mass corruption and lies by the Tory government. And it's just gotten significantly worse. But it's what was I saying about Edmonton? Oh yes. Anyway, but I'm arguing with a guy there the other day, and I said to him, "Listen, mate. Okay, two things. Number one, if you get rid of all the ethnics from here, in particular, let's say the Asians and the Africans, who's going to look after you? Because you're disabled. Who's going to look after you? No one's going to look after you." Because there's no you lot as in the English, because you don't want to do these jobs because they pay shit. And then secondly, if you vote for Restore, your life won't improve at all. But I say if you vote for Greens, your life will significantly improve. And I said to him, at the end of the day, you've got to think of it more selfishly, like who's going to vote to make my life better? And if you took that attitude rather than say, oh, flags and patriotism, you would find that you would actually see candidates that want to actually make your life monetarily better, rather than just some twat that waves a flag around and tells you brown people are bad. Blame them for everything. I was like,
By
the
the way,
brown people didn't make you an alcoholic, did they? Fucking idiot.
talking about brown people, this guy's obviously gone on your YouTube channel, and his name is Raj B2B. So as his name is Raj, let me read this one. All right. Hey, Ginger Greek. Remember you back from the day on YouTube back in 2009. Coughlin, Caspar, Wonderfoot, etc. And then he also said, whatever happened to those days? But you're no longer Ginger.
Hello, Raj. Welcome. I would be lying if I said I remember you. But yes, welcome.
We all look the same, Raj.
Back in
That's
the day,
why.
Raj. Zam was there along with us as well. He was there from the beginning with that whole crew, with Coughlin, with Scouse. I
Hey,
still speak
Mr.
to Coughlin all the time. Thunderfoot's a twat, and Scouse ended up being like ultra, like too woke and annoying and a massive hypocrite. And so I just
Ungrateful fucking little cow as well. Hello, Mr. System. Top of the evening to you.
Yeah, born and
Yeah.
raised in the UK. But you're not, Raj. Have you not been listening to our conversation? You're not British, mate. Just because you're born here, just because me and Zam.
Yeah. Just because you can play for the England national team and you can play for the England cricket team, more likely the England cricket team because you're, but just because you could do all of that, just because you got a British passport, you can represent this country in the Olympics as well, probably in hockey, but just because you could do all of that, doesn't make you British. All right.
Yeah. He became too woke. No, Scouse Casper became too woke. Like too woke to the point of like there's woke and then there's too woke. And when I say too woke, was like literally having a fucking meltdown over a few words that are outdated. Like we literally had a back and forth just over the word autism. And I was just like, listen here, you dumb cunt. I work in the fucking field. We still use that word. I don't know what the fuck neurodiverse is because it hadn't become a thing then. Anyway, and I was just like, oh, you know what? I can't be asked with it. So, yeah. Rumor has it Ginger is still Ginger below the belt. Oh, very much so. Absolutely. That's the only area that hasn't gone grey. And
Stop
if I
the
had
boat.
hair,
So you're like Rick B, by the way.
What's that?
He said stop the boats. So
I don't know where she is now. I don't speak to her. I don't speak to Thunderfoot. I don't speak to like Rithrandir, all of them. They'll just, anyone that's a cunt, we don't speak to anymore. All the good ones.
I have been Facebook. Yeah.
All the good ones we still have on Facebook. The ones that basically ended up just being like more politically aligned.
I can't. I've said this. It's one. I'm really upset as a lefty, and I'm a self-proclaimed lefty. I always will be. I will never fucking switch allegiances like some of these fucking bullshit eyes have. I will always be a lefty. But I'm sick to death of fucking treading on eggshells around our own because this might offend somebody or that might offend. You know where I fucking stand. If I make a fucking joke about something, it's out of jest, not out of hatred. If I make a particular comment, it might come across as particularly, might be politically incorrect. So fucking what? You know what I mean? If I make, I can't even fucking. I've got people on my own side who get pissed off that I made fun of fat people, even though I'm fat myself. You know what I mean? I make fun of Madonna's appearance. I make fun of Madonna's appearance. I'm all of them. I'm a fucking misogynist. You know what I mean? I might use the word midget instead of little people. Little people sounds wrong. Little people sounds fucking wrong. How can you be calling, people who suffer from dwarfism little people? That just sounds stupid. Or little person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might use a particular rhetoric from back in the day that people don't necessarily use. All of a sudden, hush, shut up. You shouldn't say this. You shouldn't say that. And then I get condemned by my own side. And this is unfortunately these little niche issues is what makes people turn. I won't turn because I'll never fucking go against people who are part of the LGBT community. I'll never turn into a fucking racist or what yada yada. But my God, we need to stop fucking policing ourselves to such a high fucking degree, and we need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah. So Gorilla, that guy, another Greek, by the way, Greek Cypriot, shout out. I think he passed away But he had a lot of like mental health issues. He had severe mental breakdown. But yeah, I remember him. Completely mental case. But I can't remember if he passed away or ended up in an institution and all that. Coughlin posted about him, I think, last year because he was like used to get involved.
I haven't seen a
quite lot.
Coughlin video in years, man.
He did a video the other day. I don't watch his stuff anymore, but he put up a video the other day. I think it was to do with Clacton and Binface and all that kind of stuff. But
he's lost his magic as well, unfortunately, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he doesn't do much. He's he's just.
But
He's
the
happy.
thing with him and at the time, that Raven, formerly known as Dev, and Peach and stuff like that. Like, mate, you don't put your fucking love triangle on our fucking YouTube channels and shit like that.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man?
Keep that kind of stuff. Like, but again, like, as much as I love the dude, he falls into the same category like every comedian does, and that is very, very fragile egos and very angst ridden and all this kind of stuff. So I always give him a pass as well because he's been through like fucking hell. But yes, Gorilla was very entertaining. I used to love his videos. You sit there.
Well, I know Gorilla, but I can't put a finger on it.
So he was, I think his name is Chris, and he used to do like batshit crazy conspiracy videos. Like my favorite one of mine was where he was talking about the signs of the Illuminati and the devil are on your speed bumps because they got triangles on them. And all this kind of stuff. Whereabouts am I from? I'm in North London, mate. I'm in Edmonton area. I'll keep it as that. That's where
I'm in
Raj?
Southall. I'm in Southall, obviously.
Yeah, and Zan's in Southall because I mean, look at him.
Dingo,
Where
dingo,
are you,
dingo,
Raj?
dingo. Yeah. His name is Raj, man. He's got to be in fucking Southall as well, mate.
It's got to be West London. Yeah, either Forest Gate or West London.
Maybe Queensbury. There's a high
Kingsbury. Yeah, well, that's
There's his name is Raj, so he's probably Hindu, and which means that which means that as we call you guys,
you lived in Southall. Oh, okay.
We like to call you guys Banyanis, which is a term we use for Hindus, Banyani. And yeah, mate, you've probably been to more Saconis than I've had hot dinners.
Oh, you're in.
Oh no, you might, mate. Have you really fucking moved? You know what I mean? Seriously?
It did say West London. It had
I was in Uxbridge, and now I'm still in Uxbridge. Yeah, you know what I mean? You do know Southall is in the Uxbridge postal code. So yeah, you pretty much ain't moved for shit. You know what I mean? It's like
I lived in Ealing for 3 years as well. That's where I studied. So I lived in Ealing. We used to go to Southall. Was it Southall? Yeah, it was Southall, where the Brunel University is.
Yeah.
Travel down there quite often.
Hillingdon.
Yeah.
Hillingdon.
No, Brunel University is not in Hillingdon. It's in Southall.
No, it's in Hillingdon.
The borough.
The borough of Uxbridge. No, I mean not the borough, but the sort of like area.
Hillingdon is the borough.
Yeah, sorry, Hillingdon is the borough, but it's
yeah. Well, either way, it was 40 minutes from Ealing. That's how long it will take to get there because we used to go on the bus. But Uxbridge is miles different, is it?
Yeah. It's Hillingdon. Yeah. I know. You know why I know this? Because I'm a fucking cab driver. Anyway, I sound like I'm saying Southall.
Yeah, Southall. Yeah. That's how it sounds like. Yeah.
It's the Cockney accent, governor. Yeah, I mean,
because the th is always a f sound for a lot of Londoners, and when you mix it with an actual South, for example, so instead of saying Southall, it would be Southall because you are basically kind of ignoring the T and the H and just doing it as that. So yeah, it comes across as that. Night and day difference from Southall. Well, you would know. We're just messing with you.
Of course, he would know, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you had Boris Johnson. That was your MP.
Of course they would. Either conservative. If like I said, Hindus are nothing but a bunch of motherfuckers who like to fucking vote for against their best interests, which is why they vote for fucking conservatives. Because
Shut up,
think, you know what?
Chico. Nobody cares
like,
what you have to say.
They want to vote for fucking the caste system, you know what I mean, as well, which is why they vote for conservative. You know, it's amazing how many fucking Banyanis have fucking we're going to vote for reform as well. It's fucking crazy. It
Mate,
really is.
I don't know what it is with Indians in particular and Sikhs.
I'm
Fuck
sorry.
me, they're so right wing. They're so right wing. It is insane. It's like, do you not remember the British Empire? But I was saying, like, I only know 2 Asians that are not right wing, and one of those, she's half Turkish, half Indian. The only other Asian I know that's left wing is Zam. Everyone else is right wing, and when I say right wing, I also mean, and again, a lot of my own like Cypriots and Turks fall into the same fucking category as well, of just being like crazy conspiracy theorists as well, and still believing shit like, oh, the Nazis were socialists. I'm like, I could call myself a king. It doesn't make me a fucking king.
All right, you're not Hindu. Were you? You're an atheist now, I guess. I am Appalachian. Nobody
Appalachian.
Oh
my God.
Sorry. I don't know. Fuck's sake, man.
How have you never heard the word Appalachian?
Oh, look, hit the most common word on the fucking planet. You know?
It's more common than you.
Yeah, fucking hell. Understand me, especially AI. Well, look, there you go, Daniel. I didn't understand you. This fucking sellout next to me fucking did. So congratulations.
Yes, but I am a very cultured man of the world.
Mate, the only edging you should do is porn, man. Stay agnostic.
Yeah. Don't go down.
Used to be an atheist. And now you're an agnostic.
You're getting more religious these days.
Mate, more religious these days.
Poorer, is that why? I don't mean to jump on you. Like, choose what you want to choose, but after everything this world is going through, you want to think religion is still there?
Yeah, man. Christianity, Jesus Christ, man, Jesus. Can't believe it, man. Why not? Why don't you like be like me? And I mean, I'm not a Muslim, but you know, I prefer it if you were, maybe. You know, imagine that a Muslim called Raj. That would have been so fucking awesome. Yeah, we got one. One
of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear.
Tiki Talkies now.
Tiki Talkies. Let's go Tiki Talkies. I'll hit the
button.
Sam's TikTok treasures. Right-wing buffoonery. Political pleasures. A funny video for you and me. Another guy in a red hat, ranting at his screen, talking nonsense. What is that? The funniest thing I've seen. Sam's TikTok treasures. Right-wing buffoonery. Political pleasures. Funny video for you and me.
No, perfect timing.
Just had a phone call there as well.
That's fine. Let me play this quickly. 1 second.
Nice chili. Yeah, I got a few of them. This is Sunny, by the way. This is Lemon. Let's see if I can.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
That's an old clip, by the way.
Oh god!
And over there to my left,
because
over there you can't see him. Let me see if I can move the camera a bit. No, I can't be asked.
Thank you, Rick B. Yes,
I got 2 more birds as well. I got 5 birds. I got a YouTube channel called. It used to be called 3 Big Fat Round Plump Birds, but now we are 3 fat birds and 2 little nuggies, because my other 2 birds, which you can't see, they're tiny. They're nugget size. You know what I mean? So they're my little nuggies. All right, let's get these TikToks on the road.
Someone else that just came by.
Hey,
Steve,
I know you.
well done.
How are you?
See your name, Steve or Terry or something like that? Oh, no, he's Terry.
Sorry, I have to
Captain
stop this.
Shaw.
1 second. Because as much as it's cool seeing Steve doing his TikTok, that is the wrong. That's the wrong. That's the NerdTube TikTok channel we were just watching right now. I need to log into my TikTok channel.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just going to this comment while you do that. I don't like Asmund Gold is a shit stirring racist. Yeah, I mean, he is the mentally incapacitated genius. That's who Asmund Gold is. A man so monumentally thick that he's so confident in his own retardation. He's a scumbag. He's worse than scumbag. What do you mean? What the fuck was that?
That was our fellow nerdy guys who do Star Trek. That was Steve Harris. Yeah, he's. God damn it, man! The music on this TikTok is just overwhelming. Yeah, that was Steve Harris. He does Star Trek fan films and stuff like that. And unfortunately, at the time, I was looking at our NerdTube TikTok, not my own, and my own is the one with all the TikTok treasures on it. Finally, we're here, and I'm going to show you that. I think I'll be able to show that clip anyway. Let me get the TikTok treasures up. This is my TikTok channel, by the way. If you want to subscribe to it, if you want to see all my bird videos, and by the way, I do have some here. Like here's my fat.
3 big, fat, round, plump birds eating my goddamn chicken and noodles.
And then you see these 3 big, fat, round, plump birds.
It's very loud.
Eating my goddamn. That's there you go. So you got some of that.
I've told you before. Stop using that stupid voice. Nobody uses that voice anymore.
Look,
and you put it on there, and you're talking while that voice is going on. You're
I want to be so rude to you right now.
Just be rude to me. I want you to be rude to me. I don't mind you being rude to me, but be professional in your
presentation. All right, first of all, let's start with a bit of racism, shall we? I showed you this in the car last week. Let's do this right now. This is Spider-Man, by the way, from the 70s.
Where is the most racist episode of Spider-Man that I remember from back in the day?
Well, Miss Brandt, I must say you're certainly.
Oh, God damn!
In the window, a horrible creature.
I'd rather she say there's a in the window.
Yeah, for real. Just say that.
That would have been more polite. Yeah. Here's the thing. Spider-Man is the most demeaning one out of anybody in the show, man. He's the one that berates him the worst.
Nice doggy. Nice doggy.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Beat your black ass. The hell with treating him like a man. No one in this show treats him like a human being.
I just want to say that we are laughing at it, not with it. No disclaimer really needed, but it's important that I say that initially.
Yeah.
Spider-Man to the writers. Nobody gives this poor man any dignity right here. He kinda gets the last laugh for a minute. Yeah, calm your dog now. And Spider-Man knows just how to throw him or kick him, because there's a point where he kicked him just right, where that man, he hit the wall with his afro. He was just about to have some dialogue. He's like, Where is the most racist?
It is amazing, Ginger, how racist cartoons were back in the day.
Oh my
Incredible.
God, it's shocking. Just before you go on to the next one, do you remember the common room in Ealing? If it was called something else back in the day, I think, if I'm looking at pictures of where it's situated, it was called something else. But I'll get back to you on the names. There was the Finnegan's Wake. There was the Rose and Crown. And there was 2 more pubs, but I can't remember the names. I'm terrible.
Okay.
That wasn't racist, sure.
Daniel Vance, I will. Mate, he was going, nice doggy. Like that. What the hell, man? Like that. The guy got a bone through his fucking nose. Jesus Christ. Like, you know, oh my god, that's racist as fuck. Right,
Yeah, just don't use that voice. That's all.
Yeah, fine. All right, fine. Let's check this one out.
I'm here with Nigel Farage, Britain's biggest wank stain.
Oh, right. Yeah,
I
said
abusive. Oh, come on, Snowflake, relax. I'll leave him alone, mate. Leave him alone. Oh, sorry if I offended you, sir. My bad.
He was being kind to you.
Oh, he's so polite, isn't he?
I love that shit when that happens. All right, so you all know about Andrew Tate.
Me neither, Raj.
Some of the stuff he's going, he's going through. This is a nice little send up. It's got 2 million views. Let's check it out.
Andrew Tate just got arrested again.
Oh, God. Give me Tate's files.
We got money laundering.
Allegedly.
Sex trafficking.
Allegedly.
Sexual assault.
Allegedly.
And child.
Jesus.
I should probably relabel that.
What's up? I'm Tim, and I run the PR team for Andrew Tate. We can't justify this.
We can start Hustlers Elementary.
What?
Hustlers University for the kids.
Jesus, no.
Hustlers University actually started from him just yelling hustle at women as they ran into container ships. So.
Does anyone see one of his courses?
Yeah, I have a copy right here. I'll show you. Module 1. Countries where 15-year-olds are legal.
Ew, burn that book.
Guys, it's incomplete. He's missing Japan.
Oh, no.
Keep that shit to yourself.
He might be a chess master, but his girls seem to be more checkers age. Yikes.
For a guy who's scared of the Matrix watching him, he sure likes to broadcast everything.
What gang do you think you would join in prison?
Well, he's Muslim, black, and a Nazi, so...
He's gonna be their god.
Maybe he'd be the one to bring them all together.
All right, he's gonna be the Nelson Mandela of British prison.
He's gonna have to eat British prison food.
Which, that's gotta just be British food, right?
Andrew Tate spent years telling men to take the red pill. Last thing he wants to see now is his cellmate taking the blue one.
All right, what's going on?
Well, we're trying to figure out how we can make him even higher value.
You know, make him more likable.
Yeah, let's start with no trafficking.
How about no more skin-tight purple shirts?
Having a gay brother named Tristan is also low value.
Jesus, okay. Great work, team. Fucking what?
Andrew Tate actually got kicked off of the show Big Brother because a video surfaced of him spanking his girlfriend with a belt. I don't know if we ever thought that maybe she was being a bad girl.
We found a way to make his bail.
We could sell our own course.
We could sell red pills that secretly make you soft.
Why would we want to make people soft?
So that they buy the course.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, go do that. That's great.
Andrew Tate thinks Israel killed Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Fair point.
Thank you.
He's got a reality TV background, so we asked him if he wanted to do Love Island. Turns out those girls were too old for him. He prefers a different island.
He just became the most Googled man in America.
That's great.
Over Epstein.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we need him to do something philanthropic. Show the world that he cares about young women.
Oh, he cares.
What if he started a clothing brand for women?
What would we call it?
Age gap.
Oh, God, we're so fucked.
He goes by Cole because you never see his strikes coming. It's a cool nickname. I think his girlfriend gave it to him. Gives a new meaning to kickbox. Because he kicks her box. I'm not proud of that.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
all right. Oh yeah, glory. So we
Go to
got
this comment here.
Abdul.
Hello, Abdul. You can't wait for me neither, Abdul. Me neither. We've done a trailer reaction to the main trailer that just come out. That will be up later, and really looking forward to it. Can't wait. It's going to be the cultural event of the century, and to put it in the words of the great Martin Scorsese, absolute cinema. Carry on.
All right. By the way, this dude is legend. Just check this out. A bit of politics now. This is legend.
Thinness of trust in the city right now did not start.
No, we can shut this down. You can stop talking because we don't want to hear anything you've been saying. You're going to say the same thing you all say every time.
Right. Just so people understand, here's a police officer talking about, once again, American police officers beating the shit out of somebody, possibly killing them. This shit happens as often as the sun rises each day. And so now this one particular person comes in and says, you know what, fuck it. I'm not going to let you say the same shit again. And here he is.
Everybody gets shot down in this city. We don't want any of that talk. You've given us this speech with "you'll deliver justice." Oh, we've seen the cameras. We've seen it was a knife in this young man's hand. We don't want to hear that today. We didn't want to hear it when they put their neck on George Floyd's neck. Their foot on George Floyd's neck, and we don't want to hear it today. What do you have to say about that? No. Oh, you don't get to talk, I said.
Right.
Go ahead.
Enough is enough.
I'll step aside. And
That's right. Give me this microphone then. Excuse me. That's right. My name is Carlos Dixon. I represent APTAP. All power to all people. Zero power to Zionists. Zero power to capitalists. Zero power to colonialism. What you are doing right now in this city is continuing the disgusting nature of colonialism, the disgusting nature of imperialism. Look up the definition of imperialism. It's all within the policies, which means when these police officers come down on the street and they decide that they want to take the life of another brown body, there is no oversight for that. That's imperialism, ladies and gentlemen. This man signed up to be an enforcer of imperialism. Is there anybody else want to say anything? It doesn't matter what, okay, the people want to talk.
On the rock there.
Come up here, the people want to talk. The people want to talk. Come up here, this is our press conference. And I'll put my lips all over this microphone.
I would like to hear what the police chief has to finish saying. And I want you to also be a part of that conversation because this is an opportunity for us to have a conversation.
So what you're doing is you coddling up to imperialism, brother? There will be no coddling to imperialism. If you don't have a question about what kind of charges are going to be brought by so you are coddling to imperialism. I don't stand for that. I'm fundamentally rejected, brother. You can get on. If you got some questions about what's going to happen to these pigs that killed that young man because he appeared to be homeless, then let us know. Will there be charges? That sounds like a song. There will be no investigation.
Thinness of trust.
You know what? This guy needs to fucking get involved in politics. You know, no doubt in my mind. I love that shit. Everything he did was pure class. Fucking loved it. And I want him to get more recognition. Okay, Champagne Socialist.
Have a watch of this.
Hi everyone, I'm here in London. And believe me or not, but I can barely hear English language.
Yeah, foreigner in London complaining about foreigners. Pretty on brand, to be fair.
There are a lot of people from all around the world, from Middle Eastern countries, I don't know exactly from where, but somewhere very, very far and foreign. The culture is very different. People are looking at me very strangely. I don't know if I feel good about it all.
People are looking at you strangely. I mean, I highly doubt that. If you know anything about London, you will know that Londoners are the CEOs of minding their own business. Like, if you were having a heart attack on the tube, people would help you, but there will always be someone on the tube who will carry on reading the Metro. Also, have you maybe considered that if people are looking at you strangely, it's because you're stood in the middle of the pavement talking shit about them? Because believe it or not, those people can understand English and likely are English. It's just in your eyes, they don't look English, and that annoys you, despite not being English yourself.
This is diversity, I guess. This is how they sold this as, but this is a replacement.
If you didn't already know, this woman is called Veronica and she is from Poland. Polish people like Veronica do understand that it wasn't too long ago that Polish people were treated terribly by the British political media class. Like, the exact same things that Veronica is saying about people from the Middle East were also said about Polish people. It's part of the reason we had Brexit. Like, Polish people were despised so much in the UK that 52% of the voting age population decided it was worth nerfing our GDP in the hope that there would be less Polish people about. They do not like you. They just don't like black and brown people more. Have a watch of this.
Yeah. So just to quickly on that, the irony of her being Polish and complaining is hilarious, given that when Poland joined the EU in 2004, we had a massive influx in the UK. 1 million Polish people came in the UK within the space of a few years. It was insane. And it was what kind of fueled the campaigns for Brexit, but I would say that existed back in the 90s with the UKIP anyway. But yeah, the irony of her having the cheek to say that, considering her own people came en masse, more so of her people migrated in a shorter space of time than any other country. So hilarious.
You know what? Cheeto's got me, by the way. Cheeto's got me. You got me so right. Today. You're right, Cheeto. It was the wrong analogy to use. But you know what? kiss my ass. All right. Okay. Next video. Oh, this is good. You know, this one for the girlies. Check it out.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he ain't me though. He ain't me. I'll take you home right now.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, baby.
If you weren't balding, what hairstyle would be your favorite?
Yo, fuck you, you fucking bitch. Go fuck yourself.
That video is so fake.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Oh, glorious. Whether it be fake or not, glorious.
Glorious. It's great. Even if it's just a sketch, it's glorious. But it definitely looks fake.
All right. I forgot why I did this one. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Hey, guys. Handy Andy down here to discover...
It's a starfish. Fucking hell, I know I'm gay, but I thought that was a cop.
Hey, guys. Handy Andy down here to discover...
I thought, shit, we're fucked. All right, here we go.
That is the most racist episode of Spider-Man.
Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, I saw that Vance about the FCC. That's just crazy.
All right, this is a glorious clip here on Fox News.
What is the number that is fine with you? Is there a benchmark? Is it fine? How many children can be raped and it's fine if you're in relation to the immigration community?
If we're going to talk about children being raped, then we need to hold this pedophile president, Donald Trump, accountable, and all those that have been implicated by the Epstein files that the Department of Justice is still not leaking. They've sent AIPAC after Thomas Massey for having the temerity to hold accountable the pedophiles that are in control of our government.
Thank you. We appreciate your time very much.
What is the number? We need to end this segment right now. Stop calling Trump a fucking pedophile. I am so happy. Finally. You know, just saying it how it is, not dancing around the issue. Trump is a fucking pedophile, and anybody who supports him should fucking know better.
You know you want that starfish in you, Cheetah. Why are you lying?
Yeah, that's starfish. That's a chocolate starfish, all right. Oh, by the way, here we go. How the worm has turned.
We've got to support Trump or civilization will collapse. Those are quotes. And it's true. I'm calling for it right now. 25th Amendment, impeachment, whatever needs to happen to get this front and center, to get control of our country.
I've been very open with the fact that I will be supporting Trump. I'm completely embarrassed that I supported Trump in the past because of, the fact that he completely flipped on his entire base.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much. It's
I'm
a great
behind
honor.
you. I never even wanted Trump to win until he was the only guy to vote for.
Dude, Trump is the man. You guys ever meet Trump? You talk to him? No, you meet him and he's actually a solid guy.
When you're at a Trump rally, you're like, oh, I could definitely see how Hitler happened. Like, I'm not joking to you, dude. When you go to a Trump rally, it makes you question the sanity of everybody. If Trump said, go grab a gun and go do anything, they would do it. They would do it.
I know, it's a cult.
I became an active Trump supporter when they raided Mar-a-Lago.
You and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure. I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people, and it was not intentional.
It might be crass, and it might be certain parts of it might feel, vulgar or whatever, but it is democratic to have people come out to speak directly to them. To run as an America first, and you're going to take care of America, and then turn around and go, all of these things, daycare, Medicare, Medicaid, we have nothing to do with that. We're fighting wars. This is the greatest about face in political history that I have really ever seen. We've got to.
All these were right wingers, are still right wingers. Obviously they're going to support Trump initially before Trump became president. Now Trump has become president. They see the shit that's hit the fan, and you can see how they have changed their opinion.
The rats are jumping the ship.
All right, here we go. Some good lies. I love the good lies.
Is Trump the greatest president?
Absolutely. I mean, look,
You think he's the greatest president of all time?
Oh, I think absolutely he's the greatest president. I mean, look at he's brought all these wars to an end, 8 wars in there, and he's protecting our country from being nuked.
What were the 8 wars he stopped?
I don't know them all offhand, but he stopped them over.
Do you know? Can you name a couple?
Tell him, Gail.
What were the wars that he stopped?
Look out.
Other countries, talk to him, I'll think of them.
Just one war that he stopped?
I can't think of one now.
Yeah. He says it. He says it.
But he is.
But we can't name one. Can't name one. All right. Thank you. Explain the outfit to me.
Well, it's all about gold for President Trump, this 250th anniversary of America's great birth. And I just wanted to wear the gold in his honor because he's fighting so hard for us.
He loves gold, right?
Yes, he does.
Do you see the Oval Office?
Not yet, but maybe someday.
Oh, have you seen pictures of it? There's so much gold there. It's almost like too much gold, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care if it was a Democrat at this point. I'd vote for anybody who would get rid of the property tax.
So property tax is your number one issue. What about health care?
I could care less about health care. I haven't had health care in 20 years. I could care less about it.
You haven't had health care in 20 years?
No.
I
don't go to the doctor.
You don't go to the doctor?
And I'm 62 years old. I'm just fine.
But would you like to go to the doctor if you had it for free?
No, I wouldn't want it for free.
You wouldn't want free health care?
No. If I got it, I'd want to pay for it.
Why? Why wouldn't?
Because I don't want nothing for free. What kind of world does people get shit for free? That's just ignorant.
Well, there's, you pay taxes into a system.
Nobody deserves anything for free.
Nobody deserves anything for free?
Nobody deserves anything for free.
What about public libraries? Roads?
That isn't from the government. If it was from the government, no, we shouldn't have it.
That's from the government.
The roads are from the government. The government should do the roads. That isn't free. We're paying taxes for it.
Right. Well, you could pay taxes for health care.
Well, I don't want to. Everybody just pick their own doctor and go to the doctor they want to. When I need to go to the doctor, I go to the doctor and see them, and I pay them cash.
But you wouldn't want everyone to have the ability to have free health care.
It's
No.
so fucking dumb.
What are your thoughts on the Iran war?
Blow them out of the water.
Blow them out of the water?
Yeah, blow them out of the water.
Why do you want to blow Iran out of the water?
Well, they're kind of dirtbags, don't you think? The leaders over there.
So what should how should the U.S. respond with their military?
This is the way he is right now. You do something to us, we're going to do something to you.
And what did they do to us to start it?
What did they do? They shooting at the ships, or they're shooting at ships right now, right?
Well, I think it started with the U.S. bombing Iran.
Well, nuclear, yeah, get rid of them. Those leaders over there are something else. They don't need nuclear power over there.
Useless, clueless, fucking cunts. Actually, hit that fucking. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, yes.
Hit that button.
Which one?
Stupid American cunt.
Stupid American cunts.
Yeah, very good, very good. That was definitely for that. Yeah, stupid American cunts right there. Let's see if. Oh, here we go. This is a good one.
Oh my God, the Daily Show just ended me.
We MAGA bros know that the best way to honor our president is to look exactly like him. That's why we wore the hat, and the other hat, and that hat too. We wore the ear bandage, and we did the jerk-off dance. But now, it's time for your love of Trump to level up. Introducing the presidential neck badge. Made of premium, jiggle-responsive silicone and inspired by the fleshy folds of Donald Trump's iconic neck. The neck badge is the perfect accessory for your MAGA life. Strap it on at the next Trump rally, or just hang it with the guys. Or wear it to that next presentation to get a boost of that Trump swagger. The Cooter collar is great in any climate, from the bedroom to the bunker. In the end times, all I really need are two things: my gun and my presidential neck badge.
Same here. Trump is the greatest president to ever lead this beautiful nation.
The worst is President Bush. Man, I hate Bush. I don't mind Bush. Get your presidential neck badge today for only $47.45, and then you too can look like you're on the cover of a magazine. And for a limited time, we're offering the presidential neck badge in Mar-a-Lago gold.
for those more formal occasions.
Do they come in women's sizes?
No! These MAGA muffs are for men! Alpha males only.
Okay, got it.
The presidential neck badge. Open the floodgates of your love for Trump.
Have been covering wars, nuclear.
Don't need to hear you.
That was brilliant. was that the actor? What's his name?
Yeah, that's the. He does a lot of gangster roles and stuff, but he was also the father of the stepfather of.
Take care, mate.
See you, mate. He was also the stepfather of Ant-Man's daughter.
That was it. Yeah, I remember it from Station Agent, the train station. With
okay. Well, by the way, if there is a God, God showed himself right here.
Embarrassing scene during the opening of an American port. Authorities covered the logo of the Chinese company that manufactured the cranes with a U.S. flag, and then the wind blew the flag away and revealed the name of the Chinese company in front of everyone attending. And I need to talk about this because it is genuinely one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen from a government. So the cranes were made by ZPMC, a Chinese state-owned company that manufactures over 80% of the ship-to-shore cranes used at U.S. ports. So what did officials do? They draped American flags over the ZPMC logos on the cranes. Problem solved, nobody will notice. And then the wind had other ideas. A gust blows the flag clean off right in front of everybody, and suddenly there it is, the Chinese company name in full, right behind where the American flag used to be, in front of the cameras, in front of the crowd, in front of the entire world. And here's the real story behind this moment. America talks about reducing dependence on China constantly, and yet more than 80% of the cranes moving cargo at American ports are made by a Chinese state-owned company.
My God, that
my presidency, everything's going to be American made, American manufacturing, yada yada yada, and then they don't do shit. Oh, look, there's already some Chinese boats here. Let's use them instead. They'll fucking drape American flag over the fucking manufacturer's name. Nobody will be none the wiser. And then boom, anyway, what did I?
Okay.
Oh, by the way. This one is for me and Cheeto later on because Kevin Feige is a racist. Oh, by the way, you're right, Cheeto. We should rename it Stupid MAGA American Cunts. But you know what? We have our stupid MAGA British cunts right here.
What country are all these lot from? Mordor. To be honest, that one in the middle is probably one of the most attractive orcs I've ever seen.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, God, look at that. You talk about a British stereotype with those fucking. You look like Spang. She looks like a fucking pensioner vampire right there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
oh
sucking
my
the
God.
steak dry, that's for sure.
All right, 4 or 5 more left. Here we go. Oh, this is a sad one, by the way. This is an 84-year-old
goes out to the suffering people of Palestine. In Gaza, where there is still a genocide, unreported now, of course, and in the occupied West Bank, where homes and villages and towns are being razed to the ground and sold off, can you imagine it, to people, some in this country, to buy, to Judicize the whole of the land between the river and the sea.
All right, I don't want to go too much.
She was arrested.
She was arrested. 84-year-old priest. I mean, and look at her, she's frail as fuck, man. And yet somehow speaking against a foreign country, where that country being Israel, is not allowed. It is ridiculous. What is wrong with us as a nation? And here, and by the way, because I don't want to come across as somebody who always wants to shit on America all the time. The United Kingdom is falling to pieces as well. Check out this bit of racism right here.
So why don't you go back to India?
Do you want me to go back to India?
I would you want you to go back to India, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you're not allowed to, well, you are allowed to be here, but that's the problem. You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I'll go back, yeah.
This British patriot confronted and interrogated an Indian nurse because he felt he didn't belong in the UK.
What are you doing here? Huh? Working, yeah, I mean, what are you doing in the United Kingdom? What do you work as? Huh? Naz? What's that?
I'm a nurse.
Oh, you're a nurse?
I'll take a video.
Huh?
I'll take a video.
Yeah, mate, yeah. Yeah.
The nurse stays polite and tries to agree with the cameraman as much as possible, seemingly out of fear while trying to not offend him in any way.
Yeah, I'm in public, so I can film wherever I want.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just walking. I'm not even.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you doing in the UK?
I work here.
Yeah, what's wrong with India?
What's wrong with India?
Yeah.
There is no wrong.
So why didn't you go back to India?
Do you want me to go back to India?
I would do want you to go back to India, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you're not allowed to, well, you are allowed to be here, but that's the problem. You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I'll go back.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm very much India for the Indians as well as English for the English, you know what I mean? Yeah.
There's a growing number of Brits who don't just want to get rid of illegal migrants, they want to get rid of anyone who isn't a native white person.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
do you ever intend on going back?
Yeah.
All right, let's leave it at that. I just wanted to show you that, you know, it doesn't really change much. It's just more bigotry from this dickhead. But once again, these are the type of people who, and I want to, now let me rephrase myself. If you're going to be racist, own your racism in every element possible. So that means if you want all these people, like these Indian people, to get out of your country, then you can never eat another fucking curry again. You can never eat another fucking kebab again. You can't fucking go on holiday yourself to any other country. You have to remain in the United fucking Kingdom. Yeah, you can't immerse yourself in anything outside of your own British culture. The only food you're allowed to eat, and even that food is not necessarily British, it's stuff like fish and chips and pie and mash. If you eat anything else, yeah, you are breaking your ideology because you yourself are a fucking hypocrite if that's the case. You don't like us, you don't like people like me or people like Ginger who bring different dynamics of culture to the United Kingdom, and with it, you know, with things like our food. You don't like that shit, then you can't fucking eat that shit. You know what I mean? You can't do any of that shit.
You can't listen to rock and roll. You can't listen to house music. You can't listen to fucking any kind of music either. That isn't classical music made by British composers. Because even fucking, if we're talking about, you know, you don't want to share cultures and all that, rock and roll is black.
Yeah,
so
you can't listen to hip hop
black
music.
and
You can't
American,
listen to
it's not
anything.
British.
Yeah.
Dance music, fucking born out of Detroit or Chicago. So I'm black again. So, you know, if you want to be that pedantic, you're absolutely right. And what Zam says, don't eat a fucking curry again. But often what we see at these rallies, they go off, they have fucking curries, they go get fucking foreign food because they can't be asked to cook their own bloody food, which is a shame because British food is bloody delicious, but it is very laborious to make. That's the problem because it's pies and pasties and all of that, and it takes a long time to fucking make this kind of stuff. But stick with that. Simple as that. And I always say to people, just to go slight tangent here, I always say to people, right-wingers should be socialists, not right-wingers. Because if the world was socialist, there wouldn't be any migration. You would have to forcibly get people to come here by paying them triple wages if you wanted to plug wage gaps, because they would have no incentive to actually leave their house, and even getting more money, they wouldn't need it because their basic needs are already met in the socialist system. So again, racists, go and join the Green Party and make sure that you push left-wing ideology around the world, because guess what? Everyone would happily piss off back home if they know that their house had everything that we stole from them and give to our own people.
And on top of that, this guy's having a go at a fucking nurse. You scumbag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Absolute scumbag. You know what I mean? Like, the NHS in this country is nothing without foreigners because no fucking Brit wants to fucking do the job. You know, you want British people to do it? Good luck. Good luck in finding them. That's why we hire so many foreign people to do it, because it's just not in the British nature to fucking look after people.
Yeah, and also on that as well, the Tories, the British government, disincentivized people from studying to be nurses in this country when they started making them pay for the degree, and they get no benefits anymore, nothing, no bursary, nothing. They took away the incentives, and we've had to plug that hole with bringing in foreign workers. So you sit there, you talk about your fucking governments and wanting like someone like reform. What the fuck do you think reform's going to do? Do you seriously think reform is going to say, yeah, no, doctors and nurses study for free? Do you think they're going to do that? No, they're not. You're still going to have to bring in foreigners, but then the reform would allow the NHS to completely collapse so they can have American-style health insurance over here of my fucking dead body.
Yeah,
So,
that's what
you
fucking
know,
Farage wants.
yeah, I would plug that gap immediately for nurses overnight by doing two things. Number one, saying we will pay you to study to be a nurse as long as you pass the course. Then otherwise you'd have to pay some of it back, not all of it. But I will pay you to be a nurse. Nurses and doctors won't pay any fucking tax whatsoever. And nurses and junior doctors will also get free public housing until they get to a point where, you know, they have a family, they want to expand and all that. But within that time of your free public housing, guess what? You can save all your fucking money to put aside for a house. So that's what I would do. Do you know what? Half this bloody country would want to be a bloody nurse. If you did that, if you put incentives in, you will get people to do those bloody jobs and you wouldn't have to rely on foreigners. Well, we do the opposite. We make them pay to look after us. It's fucking ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Cheetah, for misappropriating your racism. I do apologize. And yeah, you know what, Daniel Vance, if you ever come to England, I'll take you to Piebury Corner, mate. That's where you need to go.
Yeah, mate. Listen, British pies are amazing, but you have to go up north. As nice as you might get the odd pie down here, up north, you guaranteed a great pie every time.
Well,
they're amazing.
Maybe Cornwall's not too bad either. You know, get pasties and pies down there as well.
Yeah, Cornwall. You know, all that
the West
kind of
Country.
Stuff. Yeah, definitely.
All right, 3 more to go now. You guys know who John Fetterman is. Now, this guy, let's not forget who John Fetterman was originally to a lot of people in America. This guy was a progressive Democrat. Yes, he had his fucking head up Israel's ass. He was Zionist. A lot of people, Democrats happen to be like that. But at least when it came to maybe some of the social issues within America, he stood by those. But for some reason, this motherfucker is 180'd, and Jon Stewart puts him to task.
So for you, you could agree with them 90%, but Israel is the red line.
Absolutely. Israel for me. Like I can't ever turn my back to Israel after where it's at.
So, and I mean no disrespect on this, but that is not our country. You're saying that these candidates may have great ideas for our economy. They may want to do the exact same thing you want to do in terms of getting money out of politics. They may want to increase the social safety net. They may want to change the balance of power from capital back to labor. But if they don't agree with you on Israel, you don't want them in your party.
Well, I don't know who you're referencing to specifically.
No, I'm referencing what you just said.
Name
so
one.
in other words, Syed or AOC or Bernie Sanders, I assume you agree with a lot of what they say economically.
And what I'm saying is, like, if you are a DSA member, if you are a member of a specific political party, run under your own banner. And now I think Bill Maher said something very insightful. He said, you know, the DSA are colonizing the Democratic Party. So just be Democrats if you're going to run under the Democratic Party for that. Why have a DSA party for overall? So run on that, and you all understand.
I'm putting that because this motherfucker was one of those guys. Like, yeah, he was obviously is pro-Zionist, but when it came to his politics, he was no different to the DSA. And now look at him. He's a fucking cunt, man. When that stroke hit him, he should have fucking taken it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say next. Fetterman is the perfect poster boy for how brain damage makes you conservative and stupid. Well, I mean, you're brain damaged. You can't really. It's not really fair to label them as stupid.
No, but
it shows you how to the darker and more extreme perversions of society you veer into when you suffer brain damage like that.
It also makes people disillusioned with politics, because how can a guy so vehemently change his whole ideology? You know, he gets involved. You know, like Fox News used to rip the shit out of him for being this tall, lanky motherfucker who walked around in t-shirt and shorts, Obviously, not on that particular occasion. He wore a suit. That's because probably APAC were in town. But regardless, you know, he's now become the darling of Fox fucking News, the token Democrat, you know, that they love to have, because he's pretty much a Republican now, you know, in every aspect.
He's going to lose his seat, and so he'll probably
can't
just
wait for
switch
that.
to
Yeah.
MAGA.
Yeah.
The thing is, look, McConnell, Trump, Fetterman are literally not fit for office. They need to just resign from their position, because they're literally, all three of them, completely brain dead. And that's not hyperbole. They are literally just, if you look at, because I've seen it like that not that clip, there was a clip before that was Zitaya were walking down the hall with Fetterman and interviewing him. And that was the first time I'd heard Fetterman speak since around his election time. And the deterioration in his speech alone is shocking. I couldn't believe what I was like. Is this the same fucking guy who was on the Young Turks, who was like wonderfully articulate and very sharp-witted? I'm like, holy crap, because I think he suffered a stroke just before he got elected. And just seeing him a few years later now, and that deterioration is quite shocking. He's not fit for office.
It's not just that, but I saw that clip as well, and he purposely kept yabbering on, but he did not want that journalist to ask him shit.
Yeah.
You know, he was talking the whole way to the lift, so that way he can jump in the lift and get the fuck out of there before he got asked any serious questions. But fortunately, Jon Stewart took him to school. 2 more clips.
I'm not letting no drag queen read to my kids.
Here's the thing, people don't want drag queens reading to kids. What if we changed up the book, you know? What if we have drag queens coming in and they're reading Charlie Kirk's memoir to them? Right? That's something for everybody right there.
I'm not.
Now, what do you think that would work, Ginger? If a drag queen read Charlie Kirk to their kids, you know, they'd probably be going, "Yeah, baby, read some fucking Kirky."
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Read some small face, you know, to my kids.
They'd get who's that fucking idiot trans woman? That's
Blair White.
Yeah, Blair White. They'd be like, yeah, fuck it. I know we're not talking drag here, but yeah, as long as they read like Bible, it's all good. Yeah, fucking idiots.
Apparently, Alex Jones has been there. Anyway, regardless, here's that clip I thought I had. I think I had regarding Rupert Lowe. Here we go.
You can take the bloke out of reform, but you can't take reform out of the bloke. I would be referring to Rupert Lowe, the leader of Restore Britain and formerly an MP for Reform UK, who seems to be channeling his previous party here in dodging a simple question, a question of his own making pretty much, in a car crash interview with the BBC. Lowe had claimed that white Britons are set to become a minority in 2063, yeah, right. And this was based on a forecast saying that white Britons are defined by someone whose parents were both born in the UK. Now, that would mean that even King Charles himself couldn't be classed as a white Briton because his father was born on the Greek island. But surely not for someone as deeply patriotic as Rupert Lowe, eh? Nonetheless, the BBC's Nick Robinson grilled the Restore Britain head honcho over this, and it went about as well as you'd expect.
Do you think he is a white Brit?
Many people have different interpretations of that, Nick.
Well, it's either a yes or a no, isn't it, Roop? Or so you'd think. It continued.
I mean, we can split hairs, but I think...
Well, you're not splitting hairs. Do you think the monarch of this country is a white Brit?
It's quite clear, and I think most British people, if you speak to them, would agree.
It's a really, really simple question, Rupert. But then, as Robinson persisted, well, Lowe resorted to another reform-esque tactic. Whataboutery.
Is King Charles a white
Britain's
Briton?
membership is growing very fast, and your listeners are dropping equally fast.
What has your party's growth got to do with King Charles being a white Briton or not, for goodness sake? And if you think Lowe was done there, oh no, he had more.
Why don't you answer the question now we've got you on?
You try and whitewash all of the things that are happening.
Is King Charles
you
or
peddle
White Britain,
climate
Rupert
change,
Lowe?
you peddle DEI, you peddle
Here
all
we
of the
go.
malign agenda.
Honestly, new hard right party, but same old rubbish. And even worse news for Lowe, as if that wasn't bad enough, he put out this recent tweet that states, Muslims are allowed to take their children out of school to celebrate Islamic events without getting fined. It should be the same rules for everybody. Yeah, see, this is just sheer ignorance from Lowe, as well as blatant hypocrisy. Let's explain why. So for the record, every religion have authorized days for religious absence in this country, and here's a short list for you. Now, Muslims get 2 days. Sikhs get 2 days, Christians get 3 days, Jehovah's Witnesses get 4 days, Hindus get 5, and Jews get 13. So curious, why did Lowe pick on the religion with only 2 days of religious authorized absence and not the one with 13? And also, why did he even bother picking on one with only 2 days to begin with? It seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? And Christian religious holidays, and Rupert Lowe does big up Christianity a lot, they're all national holidays, they're bank holidays, aren't they? So, if there was real interest in fairness here, Lowe, you would ask for every single religious holiday to be a national holiday too, eh? Same old, same old. You can take the bloke...
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, firstly, that hair is magnificent.
Yep.
His voice, magnificent. And that jawline, chiseled like a god. Like, I was just captivated by this gentleman.
He should be in
He's
the.
just that beard.
He should be in the WWE looking like that.
Absolutely, he should.
Well, and there you go, guys. That is this week's Tiki Toki Today's.
Lovely. Thank you for those.
And I just want to add. We were talking about Rupert Lowe and all of that, and how he came across as a hypocrite. But people who support Rupert Lowe, when they see this, they're not going to think to themselves, "Oh my God, I've been supporting a hypocrite." They're going to think, "How dare you expose my hypocrisy and my bigotry and my racism and my fascism? I'm going to double down and vote for Rupert Lowe for sure." You know what I mean? Because they know what sort of people that they are. They know they're full of shit, but they align themselves with people like Rupert Lowe because he's full of shit, and they can relate to that. Full of shit people are going to relate for full of shit people, are going to vote for full of shit people. And exposing Rupert Lowe for being full of shit is not going to stop people from voting for him, unfortunately.
Well, reactionary people are just that. They're reactionary with no afterthought or understanding of consequences. They're just like, ooh, vibes. Yes, this is what they're saying. I like this. This appeals to me, and I don't actually know what the consequences of this are, and I just like how it sounds, and therefore, great. And it's just like, okay, well, there you go. Rupert Lowe just got absolutely torn apart with a simple question. And what did he do? The same thing that all right wingers do: play the victim, cry, whataboutism, and all that. Well, you come on here and take me, and it's like Farage and Tyson, all of them, they do it all the time. The minute they get a bit of pushback, like, oh, here, this is the establishment media, and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, I just asked you why did you get a $5 million donation, mate? And Richard Tyson was like, why aren't you paying tax on certain profits that you've made? And they're like, meltdown, because they don't have an answer. But they'll turn around and tell this whole fucking country, boats, 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 and people will be like, oh yeah, boats, let's stop the boats. And again, as I said before, when they did a survey, boats ain't even the top issue for immigration. Is not even the top issue for reform voters. It's the cost of living crisis, housing and debt, jobs. Those are the three main issues. Immigration came forth, but the media needs to hype it up. And again, I said it earlier. Like, at what point do you not just think, I've been told the same bullshit by the same people in power since Thatcher, and these are the same people that have allowed these boats and this immigration and all this shit to happen. It happened under right-wing government. At what point does that not click? They think, oh, it just happened under Labour. I'm like, what the fuck do you think Labour was? Labour was a right-wing government. They weren't a left-wing government.
But the phrase "history repeats itself" It's a phrase for a reason because it always does. We never learn, and then a lot of the times, even though we did, a lot of us lived through Brexit to obviously make the mistake of voting for people who constructed it. There are times, obviously, like for instance, we have the Second World War, the bigotry and racism that came from that. Nobody's around from that anymore. It's actually getting close to 100 years now since that fucking war began, and history repeats itself, with a new age of fascism and stuff like that. So we never learn, regardless of having historical documents and texts and videos and clips and whatever. We will never fucking learn.
No, and the thing is,
every demographic of minority, in this case, the boats, which is still is a minority, by the way. Let's not forget that. People go on about hundreds of thousands. There's not. They're a minority. And minorities will always be blamed, whatever demographic they are, whether they be gay people, or people of color, trans people, or refugees, whatever. They'll be blamed for society's issues always.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, a lot of people look at the situation with Israel, and a lot of people understand Israel. They can understand it because it's a foreign country, and we're doing everything, bending over backwards, giving our money to all of them. And they don't put that same logic back home to say, well, hang on a second, why am I giving all my money to a billionaire? Why am I giving all my money to a foreign billionaire when we're starving and we've got no fucking homes? Now, some of them get it. Some of them do get it, because when you talk about taxing the wealth, that's quite popular even among right wingers. They're like, yeah, fuck these guys. But at the end of the day, they just slip straight back into the same stupid shit. And at one point, you're going to have to, it's not until they're destitute in the streets with absolutely nothing that they might understand, maybe I shouldn't have voted for these lot. But on the flip side, younger people get it, because younger people are massively in favor of the Greens. And because they're growing up in what I said earlier about being destitute, having no hope, no job, no nothing. One of the things that are back in restore and reform and all of that. There's 10,000 young, pissed off people that are just like going to vote for the Greens instead. The problem is you need them in volume, and there's still a larger contingent that are just completely apathetic towards it. But it's that, it's the old people that are fucking this country up. As always, boomers are just the worst. You become a cunt as you get older. But our generation is slightly different, because we're growing up right in the middle of Thatcherism on steroids, and we're getting screwed over left, right, and center. And we're not going to be the old cranky fucks that are just like, yeah, well, I got mine, because we ain't going to have anything. So we're going to be the old cranky fucks that'll be like, get that fucking Jack Palance in power.
Yeah, they say that you become more conservative as you get older. I've become more liberal, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are elements of me that has become conservative, like, that argument I had with Shredder when he was part of our contingent, where we argued over the fact that, when somebody pranks you, if they get killed doing so, then they deserve. I said that they deserve it, because what the fuck, especially in a country like
position. That's just a logical position.
Yeah, well, he thought I was like a right winger. He actually, I think he might have called me that or whatever. But this was in America as
we
well.
were Nazis just because we're friends with Rick B. Well, because Rick B is part of our comment section.
Yeah, he's our resident troll. But
yeah, he's not exactly swimming in logic. And the thing is, people miss again. There's a contingent from our side that think that being left wing is being a wishy-washy pussy. That's not what being fucking left wing is. It's not being lovey-dovey
word police and all of that.
I'm in the position of execute every single billionaire on this fucking planet. That's my position. All right. I'm at the position of state violence. Violence against the state is absolutely justified given the position we're in. We're literally burning the fucking planet to the ground. I'm at the position of, if you are a piece of shit criminal, justice is one half of it. A jail sentence is one half of it. But I'm also for the death penalty for extreme cases. So it's not about wishy-washiness. It's about eliminating an issue that causes harm for the collective. And a lot of people fail to see that, but that's where people should be, to say, no, we should be absolutely ruthless against those. So the argument, it's like the Batman argument. Do you keep one person alive, even though that one person, the Joker, could destroy an entire city? No, you don't. Logic would dictate, I take this person out. Jail's not enough because this, that, and the other. They always get out, let's say, with bad logic, all this kind of crap. You eliminate the problem, and that's it. Then you send a message to say, hey, don't harm the collective of the world for a handful of fucking, literally what, 1,000 people. And there's 1,000 and something billionaires in this world, and the rest of us are getting fucked in the ass to coddle the balls of 1,000 people. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. By the way, Rick B, by remaining friends with you, by the way, we were called Nazis. By putting up with your bullshit, we were called Nazis. We aligned ourselves with you, Rick
Yes,
B.
Cheeto.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I say kill every billionaire, you know what I mean. The tech bros, the arseholes that are actively destroying it. The rest of them just seize their wealth. Even
Don't
you.
get me, Cheeto. If you had $2 billion, you won it. I just expect you to pay a high tax rate, mate, and you can remain a billionaire. Don't get me wrong, because you'll be earning so much fucking interest from your billions anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you'll be
Exactly.
fine, but you need to fucking put that money back into society, where it belongs. So we all live in a society. This is something I tell libertarians. If you don't want to fucking pay taxes, then live on a fucking remote island and shut the fuck up. Yeah? Because as long as you're part of a society, pay your fucking taxes, and we all fucking benefit from everyone's taxes being paid, which pays for our street lights, pays for our roads being repaired. If you live in a civilized country where your kids don't get shot in school, we'll pay for your health care as well. Things like that. Who dictates that? People, law, government. The rules that we put in place. Well, you think being taxed at if you've got 2 billion and you're being taxed at, say, I don't know, give a number, Ginge.
Well, let's just go with it. Just say 50%.
Yeah, so you've been taxed at 50%. You don't think you could live a good life with 2 billion?
No, that's
still.
Chia, that's called a flat rate tax, man. That doesn't fucking work. That does not work at all. It doesn't work. When society worked the best is when those who had excessive amounts of wealth were taxed up to 90% of it. And that money is not to be just frivolously wasted. It goes into building society, building the state. If you notice, nothing gets built. Your infrastructure in the States, what is it, like a D in its rating? It's really bad. And that is because we don't have a fair tax system. Now, I want to emphasize one thing. Sorry. When I say, like, there are certain taxes I don't agree with. Like, I will die on the hill to say no property should ever be fucking taxed. That's your property. You own it. And even if you die, you shouldn't pay like stamp duty. The stamp duty shouldn't be a thing. Inheritance tax shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
Within reason. I'm not saying like you're a billionaire that owns 700 properties. We're talking about like this house that I live in belongs to me and my brother. The amount of tax that we'll have to pay on this fucking thing once we sell it is ridiculous. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with property taxes, and I also don't agree with the council tax either. I agree with like a higher taxation on my income tax, but knowing that that's all that's going to be taxed, that and my national insurance. But at least it's going to good causes. The way our tax system works now is the working class get absolutely fucked, and everyone else gets away with it. It's as simple as that.
Look, another thing as well, the reason why billionaires need to be taxed is that, as you can see in our politics, so often, whether it be Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos and without doubt Peter Thiel and the Ellison family, as well as Rupert Murdoch. These billionaires, they get involved in politics. Their money rules our politics, and that's fucked. When you as an American, the idea of a fucking South African billionaire or trillionaire, getting involved in your politics should scare the fuck out of you. You should irritate you. You should be pissing you off. But as long as they have this level of wealth, they're capable of doing that shit. Carl Kurlinski said it best, in my opinion. Nobody should have any more money than $999 million, not a penny more. You then get a plaque that says, "Well done, you've won capitalism." And if $999 million is not enough for you, then you should go fuck yourself and die, because that money should be enough for anybody and everybody. With $999 million or pounds, whatever, Ginger, my family, extended family are all sorted for life. Yeah. So many people I know, beyond people, I'm not just that my friends and whatever, local charities, everyone is so sorted. Nobody has to worry about shit. That is enough money for everybody and anybody. Nobody needs a penny more. All the other money should be invested back into society, to improve the world we live in. Make sure we don't have any more homeless people anymore. Make sure that kids' minds are nourished with activities and things to do, instead of being fucking dredges of society that causes shit and annoyance for everyone. It's amazing what we could end up being, this Star Trek society that we love and we admire so much from the shows that we watch, if all this money was invested back into society. But look at places like China. My God, they invest into their country and their infrastructure is second to none.
Yeah, because they literally take the profits that are made and just invest it back in the country. They're not being given to some rich cunt. They're not being given to Elon Musk as a handout for that welfare queen that produces nothing of relevance anymore. You know what I mean? That's the fundamental difference. And in that society, they have billionaires. The only difference is they're very scrutinized, and their moves and their actions are very much scrutinized to make sure that they don't think they are above the state. And that's how it should be. Like, I don't agree with everything with China, but even like the news you hear about how them clamping down on this, that, and the other, no. What the Chinese government doesn't like is like mass protests in the streets, but you're still within your rights within the Chinese government to protest under the laws of the constitution that they have against certain things. This is why you will see in like rural parts that they have kind of urbanized and built houses and all that. You'll see like the odd pocket of house that's old house still there, and there's a road built around it, because the Chinese state, under its constitution, cannot just seize your property. It goes against the tenets of communism. And so they said, okay, well, we own the land around it, but yeah, you can keep your house as you are. So again, if that was over here in the West, they'll just be like, yeah, we'll just arrest you on some bullshit and then just take your house. Not in the UK, but in the States.
Cheeto, I mean, Star Trek works because there is no money, but also the fact that they are interstellar travelers as well helps to a degree. As long as we remain on Earth, we could have that Star Trek society if everybody, if billionaires weren't allowed to hoard all the fucking wealth, if money was transferred back into society, we could have a similar society to that. Without obviously
Star Trek society, as long as I can fuck green women, you know what I mean?
No, I want the Star Trek society as long as they have a fucking holodeck. My God, I wouldn't have to fucking have any more friends anymore, and I hardly have many. Yeah, and I hardly have many left anyway. But regardless,
shut up, Rick B. You don't even believe that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Rick B doesn't believe that. What, Rick B? You like a guy who's a nonce? By the way, he's been in the Epstein files as well. You like nonces? Stop liking nonces, Rick B. For fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, man. We stopped talking to Shredder because of you. Stop liking nonsense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I think we're done.
Yeah, we're done. 2 hours, perfect. All right, thank you everyone for joining us. That is the end of the stream. Tune in. I'll probably put it up tomorrow now because I can't be bothered. But our reaction to Run, Hide, Fuck Infidels also is up. The cultural event of a generation. It will be up. Sorry, tomorrow. And then, no, thank you to everyone for joining us.